Hello and welcome. I was not going to do this. We're going to put on City Beauty Pink Champagne Lip Oil. I finished the last drop of Sangria. Hello and welcome. My name is Dion. I call this the crazy troll nation of YouTube. The crazy why. Knowing it's okay to be your authentic self in a world where people will tell you who and how you should be. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand, a certain tool, or a certain technique because that's what they're telling you in whatever video you're watching. No boo-boo troll child. Wear whatever you want to, using whatever tools and whatever techniques to get your makeup on in a way that you are satisfied with it. Here we believe in self-acceptance and self-love, embracing our natural features, enhancing them if we want to, when we want to, but never feeling like we have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. So that's what the Crazy Troll Nation stands for. Two things about me: I curse sometimes because I curse sometimes, and the other thing is there's an organism that lives in my throat that randomly hiccups, gurgles, and belches. I try to be aware of it to say excuse me sometimes, so I am unaware. I know it's and they're just loud and disgusting. It's like, girl, how did you not even like feel that in your throat? So the reason I wasn't going to do this video is because oh man, I slept really well, but I slept really late. I did take a migraine med this morning, well, yesterday morning, and so I didn't even fall asleep until like close to noon. And I woke up to get up around 8:30 because I wake up every 90 minutes. But I woke up to get up at 8:30 and I packed my stuff for the event. We're using Metropolis, of course. We're going to use these two columns. We used these two in the previous look. We're going to use these two for this one. So I'm just going to just put stuff on. And then I went out to the store because I thought this will look similar, because the last look I started with this one and then I put this one. So if I start with this and put that, it may look the same, and that's okay though. Yeah, that's okay. Okay. Actually, we're gonna do this one first. I thought the store closed at midnight because they used to close at midnight before COVID, and then during COVID they started closing at 10, but on the website it still says midnight. And so after I packed my kit stuff, I said, let me just go to the store to see if they still had Mountain Dew on sale, because it was on the website that the 2 liters were on sale. And the last few times over the last couple months, they have not had the 2 liters, not even a space on the shelf for them. So I'm like, okay, let me go. The sale started on Sunday. Today is, well, now it's Saturday morning. So I'm like, it's not going to be any, even if it was. But there was a guy sitting outside on his phone. There were like 2 cars in the parking lot. And I'm like, so I drove up to where he was, because he was sitting near where the outdoor carts are, and he was on his phone. So I was like, hey, how are you? He said, I'm good. I said, is the store closed? He said, yeah. I asked him what time they closed, and he said 10 o'clock. I was like, oh, thank you. He said, you're welcome. I said, have a good night. He said, you too. And so that was that. So I came home, and then I fixed something to eat, and before I knew it, it was like midnight. So I'm just like, But Janessa uploaded a video, and oh my gosh, she had received she placed an order with a brand. If I remember, I'll put it below. I'll probably forget though, because I'm really excited, and I'm almost out of it because I took another migraine med today. I'm like, what is going on? We're gonna take this brush. We're gonna go into this shade, and I don't want to do that. We're gonna go into this shade. We're gonna do steampunk looks. One eye is going to be one look, and the other eye is another look. And y'all know I love doing that, but I'm doing it. Y'all know I love doing the split face looks. Like, it's the same look, but it's just half the face is one way, half the other way. But the theme, it's a Renaissance theme for this event. And, you know, that includes, well, they also put costumes welcome, costumes encouraged, and then they have, you know, Renaissance theme, steampunk, and some other stuff. And I'm just like, okay, let me just knock out a steampunk look, and doing one on one side of the face and one on the other, that'll give me 2 steampunk looks. And I like when events say what the, like, if it's a themed event. I like when they do that because then I can, you know, do some Googling and look up some stuff and then make it my own, of course. And also that'll help my my FetLife page, because it's like, oh, she did steampunk, oh, she did Renaissance, oh, she did this, oh, she did that, oh, she did the Grinch, you know what I mean? And so I do enjoy these. I will say it is extra motivating when there is an event, because there's a reason, even though who needs a reason, because I was doing troll play before, you know what I mean? But excuse me. Anyway, we're going to take this shade right here, and when I used this yesterday, the longer I had the shadow on, the more, how did my eyes feel? They didn't feel irritated, but they felt, I want to say, I can't quite describe it. It felt like, I'm not even sure how to describe it. My eyeballs felt uncomfortable. Not stinging, not burning, but just uncomfortable. And I do know for pressed pigments, like my eyeballs will swell up when I use pressed pigments on my lids, but these aren't that. And for me, Natasha does turn at about 3 months. 3 years. Natasha for me turns in about 3 years. And so I did just keep it on because I just wanted to see like what was going to happen. And so I don't want to give up on it because Bestie just sent it to me. And so I love this palette. So I'm going to do it again today. And like my eyelids felt heavy, as if I had on like a thick cream shadow, and my eyeballs themselves felt like they wanted to swell up. And so I was just kind of like, I don't know, but I'm not ready to give up on it yet, as you see. So we're going to do, so we're using it again now. If you don't see it after this, I said this in a previous look. I said, if you don't see this palette after this, then you know that there was a problem. But I'm not ready to get rid of it yet. I'm not ready to let it go against, I'll say it, my better judgment, because y'all know I don't play when it comes to my eye health and my skin. And I'm having dry patches on my nose, and so I don't know if I need to, I don't know, I haven't been using the retinol stuff because I'm like, if my skin is dry for whatever reason. We're going to go in with this dark green. Steampunk looks are, oh, I forgot to say, watching Janessa's video, she was so excited, you know, unpacking her box, and he did give her some free gifts. And it just inspired me to just like, you know what, go ahead and sit here and do this look, do these looks. I know y'all, I'm just like, what am I saying? This could have been a late night troll play, but then I think there might have been some not so good trolls here, and that I don't know. Well, I'm pretty sure, well, I don't know if my moderators would have been available, but I was like, let me just knock this look out. So yeah, I was inspired. I mean, she was just, and she wasn't even doing a makeup look, but just her excitement for the jewelry that she will pair with makeup. She was saying she has another a photo shoot thing coming up, and so I was just like, I just felt so excited for her and so happy. And I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna sit here and do this look. And so I did my primer, foundation, and brows. And Inner Rooms is the NYX Vivid Rich Mechanical liner, and this shade is Smoke and Topaz. And so we have that on Inner Realms and on our lower lash line. And so I did that while I had her playing on my phone, and I am like really excited for her and the opportunity that came to her. And so I'm like, you know what, let me just do this. Because I was just so excited. It was hard for me to sit still. I was watching a movie called, oh my gosh, it has Jet Li in it. It's an older movie. Morgan Freeman is in it. It's free on YouTube. It's called Unleash. And I remember seeing it back when it first came out, which was eons ago. And I remember liking it. And so I'm like, you know what, I'll watch that. So I watched it while I was eating. But then when I got the notification for Janessa's video, I paused the movie and played her video on my phone, which was really cool because I left like 3 comments at least. But and so we're here now. Steampunk looks, some of them, it has mechanical embellishments. It'll be like little gears, metal, and just different types of industrial type embellishments, which I don't have. But then there's other steampunk where it's just a goggle look, because steampunk is, it is a rustic color story. I did see a few, excuse me for smacking, that had like just regular like white jewels, but for the most part it was industrial stuff. But I did see a few that had regular jewels. I don't know if I'm not going to do jewels today. And I saw some looks where, as I said, it was the goggle look, because think of Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome, and whatever that other show was. Who was that was in there? I want to say Denzel Washington. So it's like you're out in the Badlands, it's after the apocalypse, and so people are wearing like rough and rugged clothes and the big goggles, the big glasses. They have on industrial type outfits, that type of thing. And I do love the color story. And so this plays into that, because it is like kind of grungy looking. And some of the pictures, it had like textured stenciling. I haven't tried that yet with the oil paints. I tried it with the water activated paints. It didn't work too well for that because it was too wet in the textured sponge. And so I am excited to use that with the oil based paint. Y'all, I love this thing so much that Vanessa sent me. I went online and ordered one for my kit, because I've been like double dipping, triple dipping in here versus putting it on a palette and using it off of the palette. So I actually purchased this for my kit. It should be here next week though, so I will not have that with me this weekend. And I do find it easier to work with than the water paints, because I don't have to worry about, okay, too much water, not enough water. It still does, what's the word? It still does, I don't want it to look patchy, but when it starts to dry, it can lose the opacity. And the way to get around that is just set it like right after you get it how you want it with translucent powder. So that's not a big deal. But usually I do go back and add stuff and do stuff. And so I tend to not set it till like way after the fact. But excuse me, I'm gonna make a sharp, we're gonna put that also under our eye. We're gonna take, do I want to blow it down though? Let's just get it on first. So we're going, what brush? This brush, because this is kind of a stiff brush, but it's soft. It is a structured brush, like it doesn't bend too easily, so that'll be good for this. And this is one of the cream to powder formulas. You know what? I'm feeling this on my eyelids, so I'm going to have to just give into the fact that this will be the last time I'm able to use this, because I do feel like too, because I used it yesterday and now today, my eyes might not be too happy. For the event, I'm going to do my makeup there, because usually after I set up, you know, I'm just waiting. And so instead of just like being bored, which is not boring, because I'm looking at the people, I'm looking at the costumes, I'm looking at people playing, I'm looking at, you know, the other stuff that's going on. So it's not boring at all, but just so this eye is starting to burn a little bit, and it feels like it's starting to tear. And it has not teared all day. The last live I did, it was tearing horribly. And I did use this palette, but it was tearing before I started my look. But right now, yeah, it's not feeling too good. Oh man, which means it's going to ruin my makeup. Unless we can get it to work in our favor. And most of the eye looks are smoky. And what I like about, like when you look up looks on Pinterest or Google or whatever, like there's different ways to do a lot of things. And y'all know that I love that. And I had said a few times before, like, okay, if I do clown makeup on somebody and everybody's clown makeup I do, looks the same, like where's the originality in that? Like where's the, you know, and that's the thing with, even in the class when they were like, well, this is how you do this. And I'm just like, do it always have to be that way though? And so I do like how it is different. So we're going to take, I don't know if it's going to work with this brush because this is a cream to powder formula. We're going to take this brush that is like very, you know what? We're going to go back to this shade up here. This is a creamy matte. The one I just put on was cream to powder. And we're going to just bring this down. We're going to make it, no, it's not, I was going to say smoky, but it's not smoky. But we're going to bring that down. Y'all know I like messiness. And so I did get a message for confirmation on prices. And I see why there was confusion. Because I have full face makeup, may include face painting, themed makeup, creative makeup, all of that, and that's the price. And then underneath that, I have full face of face painting. I have full face painting, and that's a lower price. And so someone was like, well, what's the difference between a full face, including face painting, versus just face painting? And so my answer was, full face, that includes an eyeshadow look. Because some people do just want a full face of makeup. They don't want anything creative. They don't want anything themed. They just want a full face of makeup. And so the full face painting, full face of face painting, that's just painting the face and not doing, you know, different type of whatever eyeshadow look. And so I'm thinking I might need to reword that. And that's easy to do because my venue prices are cheaper than if someone books me, because I'm counting on having more than one person. And the information that I have sent is what the event host posted. And so that's the easy fix to just reword it. Full face is just a full face of makeup, including a complete eyeshadow look. But then I don't want the flyer information to be too long, because sometimes when there's a lot of information, it still can be confusing. And so part of me is like, just leave it alone. Yeah, because a couple of the events, yeah, I had a couple people that were just like, you know, I just want, you know, an eyeshadow look. And then they were like, well, you can add blush or you can do this. So it did turn out to be like a full face. I like how that's looking murky, but I want to go a little bit darker. So we use this one, this, and that so far. So we have these three to use. This is a cream to powder. Let me see if it'll pick up on this brush. A little bit. It's very faint, but it did. I need a different brush. Or not, because this is going to make it look messy. Because it's not as much control as a brush like this that's pointy. So thank you, Janessa, for the unintentional motivation for me to get up and do this look. And I will do another look there, as I said. So I have to make sure to take my own foundation, my own powders, my own blush bronzers, if I'm going to do that. Because if I'm going to paint the face, I'm not necessarily paint the face meaning with face paints versus paint the face with this regular makeup. Yeah, I am bringing this down for, I am liking this. So this is working with the brush, but it's taking me a little bit to get it there. Oh, this is that messy one. Now I know what I need to do for messy grunge for lower lash line. Place a color, do the gel pencil, and then place the color, and then use this brush and just bring it, because you see I'm all the way down here. I like this. Excuse me. I like, oh, I like this. I think my lights or something are playing tricks on me, because this looks more darker in here, but not darker, but more colorful than like right here. I do like this. So now I know what to do to get that messiness for lower lash line, especially if I want to bring it down further than I normally do. Yo, it is so humid outside. This is nice. I like this side better. This side seems to come down right here. I do think it's the light though, or you know what? It's probably this bag I got right there. That's just making it look different. But as far as where the shadow is, like it's right here and it's right, like it's the shadow seems to be in the same place. Okay. What are we gonna do now? So the only thing we didn't use was this one and that one. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and take this Okay, so we use this one and this one. So we're going to go ahead and take this one. We're going to just put this right here. Yeah, my eyes are feeling, I want to say they feel warm, but that sounds weird to say that my eyes are feeling warm. Like, it's definitely something going on in this eye. To me, it's starting to look a little glassy. So yeah, this will, damn it. So that'll be it for this palette. Sorry, bestie. And she knows I love this palette. That's why she sent it to me. So that, oh yes, yeah, my eyes are starting to burn. Just a little bit, fuck. We're gonna take a fluffy-ish brush. E45, this eye is about to start tearing. And the only shade we didn't use is this one. So we're just gonna take this one and we're just gonna put this in between the shimmer shade and the lid, the top of the lid shades. Between the top of the lid shades and that shimmer brow bone shade. So we're just gonna put this right here. Okay, so we used, that is messy and I like it. So we use these two columns. Y'all, my eyes is burning. My eyes is starting to burn. It's not super bad, but it's not good. It's not good. We're gonna put, what side am I gonna do what? Okay. I want it, do I just want to use face paints? Yeah. Do I? Because I know I don't necessarily need to, but what I'll do is I'll set it with powder. Why come it seems like Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes Moonlight has become my official face paint shading palette for that black shade. And so I'm thinking, like, do I just need to get a single compact and a black? Because no, it'll do in here, because then I have that brown and the grays and all of that that's in there. So we're going to, oh, and I did powder down my face as well. Wow, this eye is burning. I'm gonna put, this eye is burning. We're gonna take this black. I need a different brush because I would love for these to not be as tall, and so I'm going to use the brushes that didn't come with that, like my regular brushes. What is this one? This is a lethal brush. I don't want to use that. I'm gonna use this one. I think this came with the kit. We're going to take this black and we're going to put this in our brows just on this side, because each side is a separate look, and so they are going to look different. And they're going to look very different. So I'm going to have to like hold a piece of paper or put my hand over one side of my face so that you can just see like each look, versus what I call the split face look, where the whole face is one look. This is actually going to be two individual looks. This is what that is going to look like. We're going to take, let me put these brushes away. Not away, but where dirty brushes are going to go. You're going to hear clap. I'm going to take Black Mirror. I was thinking if I want to use the lethal waterliner, but if my eyes tear, it's going to come off anyway. We're going to take a MAC 210 and we're going to put this on our upper lash line. On this side. This side we're going to do a goggle look, and I am excited about it. And this side we're going to put oil paint, and then we're going to use this texture sponge to make it look textured. And if I had like gold leaf or something, I would use that, but then I said, you know what, there's more than one way to get the same effect, you know what I mean? And so yeah, y'all, this eye is burning more so than this one. This one is starting, but this one over here is burning. Oh, fuck. Well, you know what though, y'all? At least I know for sure. At least I know for sure. Wow. Yeah, I feel it starting to tear. Fuck. Since this is going to be the goggle eye, there's not much else that's going to go on underneath, which makes me think I should use this side for the stenciled the texture stencil, because then if it does tear, it's going to work into what the look is. You know what I'm saying? Do I want to do black eyeliner on the other side? I kind of want to do like a bold green. No, let's go ahead and just put black over there. Black Mirror, if I didn't say what it was from MAC. I'm excited about this look. I have to admit, my brain freezes. Like when someone asks for a specific look, I'm like, because in my mind I'm trying to figure out like, okay, what does that look like? And then I usually ask them, describe for me what you want, because my interpretation of something can be different than what they want. Especially if they say something like, oh, I want a Wonder Woman look. And I'm like, oh, hell. Versus just make me look like a superhero, because that could be anything. I was thinking of this little girl. I think she's like, I didn't even know I had that there. I think, oh, you know what, it's on my thumb. I think she's 11 or 12. And I could be wrong. She's a dancer, and she does like the hip hop dance and the battles and stuff like that. And she was saying that her favorite category is freestyle. Like, she doesn't excel at choreographed dancing. She excels at, this is a brush that had foundation and primer on it. And I was thinking about that about me. Like, if you say you want this exact picture, I'm just like, but if you say just do your thing and I just want this type of look, I'm like, yeah, okay, cool, we got it. You know what I'm saying? And so I realized that about myself, that I'm really good at making myself my own. I'm not gonna say but. I'll say since I realize I need to practice restraint, that's going to help me if someone wants a particular look. And one of the challenges is, okay, if you say you want, like, say you want to look like Wonder Woman, okay, I'm going to look up pictures of Wonder Woman, but then I have to remember what that looks like between when I look at it and when I go to wherever I'm going to do the look, you know what I mean? So it's just like, okay, this eye is starting, y'all, this eye is burning. Fuck, okay, let me hurry up. Are we gonna do, this eye is burning, y'all. And I think this one's burning more than the other side, because this one is the more sensitive one, it seems like. This is the one that was tearing like the entire time since I woke up the other day. I'm not going to put too much paint pot down here because it's hard to get off, and I have enough wrinkles without scrubbing my skin to get stuff off. Where was this brush? I'm not really liking how this is looking for some reason. I'm not going to put more on there. I can tell you that right now. So we're going to close up the paint pot, and we are going to go into Makeup by Mario. We're going to take this brush, and we're going to take that black, and we're going to just set, we're going to use the black powder to set the oil paint, the oil-based paint. Excuse me. I love how dark that looks. That looks good. So for the goggle look, ideally this wouldn't be under here, but we're going to do like it's a goggle here, which means up here is going to be shaded and down here is going to be shaded. So the only part not shaded is going to be like right here. So what that means is, what brush do I need? I love these troll play looks, y'all. I mentioned we're going to take the gray first. We're going to take the gray. I'm gonna take actually maybe one of these brushes because I'll just wipe it off. And y'all know I seldom color switch, but we're gonna do that today. Why is that brush? Oh, that's that one. So we're gonna take the gray. There's somewhere it's a complete goggle look, and then somewhere it's just underneath, which would be easier, but we're gonna trace it out. This is where like a pencil eyeliner would come in handy, but then I would have to blend it out. So that's the only thing with that. And it's not a problem at all. It's just funny to me that this has become like my face painting palette, my shading palette, I should say. Because he's known for like glam makeup, and I'm just like, okay, that's what you say. But it goes to show you too that you can really use whatever you want for whatever you want, which is part of the motto. And so use things in ways other than they were intended. And that's really big in the teen community too. And some people call them pervertibles because you're taking something that's regular and you're using it for, something else. Like when people say, I don't have any impact toys. And I'm like, you got a wooden spoon in one of your kitchen drawers. You can use that for impact. And I talked about before how, like if you order a set of pillows or something like that and they come, with a pretty ribbon on it, those ribbons can be ties. And so it's not what it was made for, but you can use that. Or if your person wears ties, you can use that for an actual tie. You know what I mean? Why do I feel like that dog? Is that the Target dog? Is that the Target dog? Is it? Alright, we're going to take this brush and we're going to take that gray. This brush is not dense enough. Do I want to use paints for this? I think not. I think not. Okay. I could use a bigger brush if I had this in a bigger compact. This brush does fit in here, but yeah. Y'all, my eyes are burning. We're all gonna use oil-based paint on the other side. So I'm wondering like how much use am I gonna get out of the May round, which I loved. But once I tried that oil painting, because it's just so much easier to work with, I was just like, oh yeah, this is it. This is it. But if someone, and it's easy to remove, makeup remover wipe or just a dry cloth, because oil and water doesn't mix, and so using something water-based to take it off is not going to work. But it's easy. I spray the Scandinavia makeup remover spray on my face, and I use a Neutrogena wipe, and it just wipes it right off. And I'm like, that is so friggin' easy. The water activated paints were even easier. But because sometimes people will say, can you do such and such, and with something that's easy to take off, and it's usually people who don't wear makeup anyway. And so I did buy another pack of individually wrapped Neutrogena wipes. We're going to wipe that brush off, and we're going to go into this black, so that way they can just use the white to remove the makeup. people that wear makeup, they already have that stuff, which is kind of cool. But I find that, I mean, it's like half and half, I think. The clients I get who wear makeup and those that normally don't. Or they may be like, I normally do wear makeup, but I just want to just relax and just be pampered. And I'm like, okay, cool, I got you. I got you. So that's really nice. And I always thank them for trusting me to do their face. I really enjoy it though, y'all, I really do. I'm thinking if I did use oil paints, I can do a wider area, like a lot quicker than what this is taking me to do this. I feel like I'm getting impatient, that's what it is. That's what is happening. I'm starting to feel a little impatient. So we're just haphazard. Steampunk, the ones that are wearing like the industrial type embellishments and, you know, the industrial goggles and industrial jewelry and earrings, it is a messiness to it. And so y'all know I love that. Y'all know I love that. And so that's why I did a grungy eye look. But it's not a messy grunge. Is it even grungy? I don't think so. You know why? Because it's cute. It's not the messy. Well, underneath the lower lash line part is grungy. But, y'all, this eye is burning. Fuck. Fuck. Damn it. I'm gonna wipe that off. Y'all, it's starting to tear. I can feel it. Fuck. I'm gonna take this dark brown and we're just going to just put that just haphazard, just to give it some definition, just a little something, something. This would look better if I did both sides, because then it would be like, okay, I got goggles on, versus just just one eye looking like that Target dog. So in the pictures, I'm gonna have to really just do like this. That's what I'm gonna have to do. Yes, that's what I'm gonna have to do. Now, my last two live streams, the views were really good. And I'm wondering, well, one was Quigley Blvd, so that's a new product, so that's to be expected. But the Renaissance one, I was surprised they got the views it did. And I'm wondering if it's because I put a picture of, I put a Renaissance picture. It wasn't anything with makeup. It wasn't anything with the look or me holding up palettes or whatever. And so I think maybe it was just curiosity, like, what is this? And so whether they stayed or not, I don't know. I would have to look at the average duration for the view time, but the views were good. I'm not really liking how this is looking patchy, but then that's that dirty look though. Like if you're living in the Badlands or you're living after the apocalypse and you just, you know, Mad Maxing it around the desert areas, like, it's gonna kind of, yeah. And y'all know I like messy, so I'm just going in small circles just to bring that brown down. Bring them brown down now. Ooh, I like that because it's making it look faded. She also had, some of them had like black on their nose. Almost like coal miners too, like how they wear the goggles and they go to work, they go down in the mines, and when they come out they take the goggles off and it looks like this because the goggles covered their entire eye area. I'm liking how this is blending. I did not add any more in the brush, but I think I might, like right here though. Very lightly. I am not tapping off. I'm gonna put that right here. I don't see it down here, but when I look up here, I see it. I am liking how this is all looking. Excuse me. I don't want to go too far over onto the other side of the face. because this side of the face is different. But I do like how this looks blended and kind of murky. I do really like that. So we're just going to do just a little bit. Oh man, I done went too far. Oh, I didn't. Oh, that's nice. Let me know if you've ever painted your face in the sense that you put makeup over your face other than like foundation and blush, bronzer, that type of thing. And that's what I think the confusion was when I said full face. It may include face painting and then full face painting. They were like, what's the difference? So I might reword it. I want to keep it short though, because the more you put, the more questions there's going to be. That's just in general. People want more information. I'm not saying about this situation, but in general, people are like, tell me more, but then it just leads to more and more questions. And so I don't want to be confusing, but I want to be as concise. Look how that's shading. Tapping very lightly. So yeah, I'm gonna have to reword that. I don't know. Because everyone who wants a full face, they don't want face painting. And so that's what makes it different. I like it. We're going to go into that gray. We're gonna put that on the nose, on this side. I was gonna tap off, but I didn't. I'm not tapping off at all. I'm starting to sweat a little bit. Y'all, this eye starting to hurt actually. I think this is it. I think this is going to be it. I'm going to take that brown. I am going to tap off the brown. Because I like that gradient that it's giving me. And kind of how it's bleeding down. I like that look. I think shading is one of my favorite things to do. It seems like that, right? And it was my first full play I ever did with shading with this palette. And so it does have a fond place in my heart. So this side, y'all, is done. No, it's not. Putting the gray. I don't want to do too much on the nose because I don't want to go too far over there, but she definitely just has it right there. We're going to take that brown. So you notice we're doing the gray and brown and not gray, black, and brown. Felt like it was a net on my hand, but it wasn't. And I was like, why is my hand itching in that spot? Brown tapping off. So this is the side of the face. That's it. That's it. That's the side of the face. Her goggle look is further down. And that makes sense because, okay, so let's bring this down. Yeah, because goggles do not be like all the way up here. It is really just right here. This is fun. And I love themed events because it helps me grow because I'm looking at stuff and then I'm like, okay, how can I do that? And then to do that, taking a little bit of the black and then just seeing it come together, the brown. But it is a sharp line from where the goggle is and where it's not. I think I need to bring this up a little bit, like right here. So we're going to go with the gray again, being careful not to go too far up. And then we're just going to take the brown. We did not tap off either one of those colors. So it is a straight line because of how the goggles fit over your face. I do think this looks more realistic with how goggles fit your face. If you've ever worn them for laser tag, swimming, motorcycle riding, that type of thing. I like it. I like it. The size about this. Damn it. So this side, okay. I think I want to use one of these for the paints because we're not going to do a lot. We're not going to do a whole lot. I didn't put on mascara. Let me do that before I forget. I don't even think it matters. Is it going to even show up? This is Esom, the mascara. I am glad I'm doing this though, because then I can post this on FET and this will be there before the event. And I am going to do a Renaissance look at the event. Just do some more, you know, shapes on my face. I want to do a warrior look, and I'm thinking I'm going to even use my fingers for makeup. And y'all know I don't use my fingers for makeup. But I am really considering doing that. Because when you think about it, that's what they did. Like warriors back then, you know, they made whatever color they did or used mud and put their fingers in it and then swipe their fingers across their face. But I am thinking of doing that. And part of me is like, girl, you don't use your hands for makeup. And I'm like, I know. But I really think that'll add something to it. And if it doesn't, I don't want to say gross me out, but if it doesn't like severely bother my OCD, that could be a technique I use on other people too. You know what I mean? Put your finger in paint and then just, or whatever. This eye, y'all. Looks like it's turning pink. It is. And even though this is a simple looking look, like that took some time. That took, the eye look took the least amount of time. But even just doing the shading and trying to get the gradients and it looking like it's shaded and not just a flat color, having it where there's some type of dimension. I'm excited for the zombie looks. So that'll be stuff like this, lighter though. And I'm also going to play around with the blood sample kit that I purchased from Mayron. So we're going to play with some blood. Fake blood. We don't work with real blood here. We are not that kind of troll. I don't know why. How long have I had this open? Oh shoot, that's why the PAO was March. Because I'm wondering, like, sometimes it doesn't really feel like much is coming out, and then sometimes it does. Yeah, it's time for this one to go. Why, wow. Because I'm wondering, like, what's going on with this mascara? This is it's tired. I am going to take that black eyeshadow. Turn this fan on. So I want to do the black first. We're going to take the gray first. The gray seems to be my gateway to the black. And we're going to just put this over here. We're going to take the black now. And put that there. I know I got quiet. That fan sounds loud. If this side wasn't burning the way it was, I would take more of that green shade and put here, but I am not going to go back into that palette. So I'm just using the black to kind of fill in, but it's looking kind of, we'll deal with that. Yeah, we will deal with that. I don't think there's any eye primer over here. I'm going to take more of the black. Ooh, we're going to leave that just like that. So we're bringing this down here. We're not taking it up under. Ooh, that's nice. We're not taking that up under the eye. This is the Fenty 220 brush. I love this brush because for eyeliner, I can use the tip of it either for brow under here or use the flat side, which is what I'm doing now, and just bringing it here and then just letting it turn. So the pointy part is this part. I like it. I like it a lot. So, all right, the paint. Did we even use this brush? Yeah, we did. Did we? We didn't use this brush. And there's nothing on my hands. Oh, all right, that's gonna go home. Hey. Okay, so here's the thing. Actually, because the black is bigger. We're just going to put this in here. Excuse me. And I am going to wiggle it. Why am I using black? These are pokey. I didn't mean to take a black. Oh, y'all love this. I love this. So you still see that little dirty type look. Oh shoot. Oh fuck. Oh man, another way to do this would be, it's messier, it would be messier, is to take a fluffy brush, actually a brush like this one, and put your glitter or whatever on it. Have them cover up the part of the face you don't want to get, and the glitter is on here, and then you flick your finger along the brush, and that'll cause the glitter to disperse on the face. You can get this look with that, but as you see, this gives me more control. What side is the paint on that side? All right, we're going to, I like that. We're going to take the gold, and so we're going to take this in, and we are placing it on one edge and then squeezing it to get it to fit. Can't see, sorry. And so we're mushing it in, and this is not going to show up with my complexion. Girl, you're tripping. Maybe my shade, I mean, it is on there. Yeah, this is, girl. This also would work better putting the paint on a palette, so then I wouldn't have to try to squeeze it in there. I'm going to turn it to the, oh my goodness. We're going to turn it over and go into, I want something that's going to show up. What's the dirty color? And not that I want, well, if you're looking kind of rustic, we're going to take this shade right here. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to squeeze that side. The other side, you can't even see it. This side had the gold, this side has the brown. So we're going to just go over. I like this. This is nice. And then just press it. Oh, that's pretty. This is looking bare to me. Maybe we'll just do some brown over here. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That is it. That is it. Throw that in my makeup trash. Try not to touch nothing. Don't touch nothing. Y'all. And I was just talking about using my fingers for makeup, and I'm just like, we'll see how that goes. Because I'm just like, I feel like it's missing something. Oh man, we're going to take that glitter, and it does have some definition. We're going to take this one. I was thinking too, I'm going to take the Toffee freckled pen, and I'm going to take that with me because that'll be good for just making dots and stuff too, or somebody wants a certain look, you know, do the dots across their nose. So this is what this looks like. So we're just going to see if that'll just give us a little bit of lightness. Y'all, this does not have a lot of product in it, so we're just zigzagging. Ooh, that's nice. We're just zigzagging with the glitter. So if I were somewhere and the light would hit it, it would be like, oh, okay. I'm approaching team too much. All right, y'all, I'm done. Yeah, how the light, ooh. I did take this in and take it out. Backing away slowly. For this, and to set it, I would use a translucent powder. Excuse me, but we're not going to do that because we're going to take this off soon. There were some, you know, let's do that. Some of them did have like lines coming down from their eyes. And that's all we're going to do with that. We're going to do a black lip, of course. Like, did you have any doubts? I mean, like, seriously. So, and this is really cool. I was going to say it wasn't that long, but yeah, we've been almost an hour. So thank you for being here. I would have loved to do this for live. Right now I'm thinking I need to rethink. The late night troll plays, because I do foresee it being some not so good trolls coming in. And I don't want to just be going off on everybody. Max Caviar. And I don't know which one of my trolls is consistently up late. This side is way up. So let's take that side up. Okay. Okay. Yes, I know I got quiet. I don't even know why I'm doing all of this, because the black lipstick will handle that. What if I did a gray? We're gonna do a gray. I'm gonna bring this down. Bring this up. And I need to sharpen it. And I think I don't think I've ever sharpened it. We're going to take, I'm thinking of that gunmetal gray. Metallic smoky silver is what I'm thinking about. Or this is matte metallic gunmetal. So we have metallic matte gunmetal, that shade there. Matte metallic gunmetal, and this one is metallic smoky silver. Let's go with this one. You know, let's do one side and one the other. And I think these are two that were similar, and I was just like, what? And then I was also like, how do you have a matte metallic? And both of these, well, this one says matte metallic, the other one just says metallic. So we're gonna put this over here. Smells nice. Then we're going to put the other one on the other side. And I got these both around the same time. No, I had this since February, this one since July. This one is If Looks Could Kill Metallic Smoky Silver. It's a little bit lighter. We're going to put that first one back. We're going to put this on this side. That is nice though. I like that. I like them both actually. Going over to black a little bit. These smell really nice. And I don't even be trying to smell it, I just do. And that's why that one that I put on, I was just like, what? Because every time I use these, I'm like, oh, they smell nice. And I keep forgetting that they do. So that one I got a whiff. I was just like, I like this. Put some of the silver on the top, just because it's in the center. That's pretty. Pretty. I'm gonna have to remember to pack makeup for me to do tomorrow. I took everything downstairs except one kit, and the kit that I didn't take downstairs into my vehicle was the one that had the cream products in it. I just don't want to take any chances because it's so freaking humid outside, even though it's always cooler in my vehicle than outside. But I didn't want to take no chances because makeup ever, the mag is expensive. I do get discounts, but it's expensive. This is it for the look. Oh, let me move this out your face. And we're going to go ahead and take our pictures. I like this. So this is this side. I wish I had like a blank piece of paper. And then this is this side. And this is this. And that's what we got. I am digging it. Let me know if this looked like I had a pair of goggles on. Let me know if this is looking murky, muddy, dusty, like I'm out in the desert and been roaming around. I think I might have put too much of that though, but I do really like it. A brown lip for this side, I think would have looked better. Who am I trying to be all color coordinated? But I'm liking both of these. So, yeah. And then do this way, a little bit closer. Closer meaning not all the way turned. So you don't see the other side of the face. Thank you for being here, y'all. Let me know what you think of the goggle side of Steampunk and just the kind of rough, rugged, dusty, been on the desert side of Steampunk. I really enjoyed this, y'all. Thank you for being here. Stuff is popping up over here for you to watch, hang out, you know, go through some more of my videos, or just find a playlist you're interested in and just let it run on automatic, and just leave your comments as you go, and do consider joining the membership. But do make sure you subscribe. Don't forget, we do have the Pinsies giveaway. That is, when does that end? We're going to post the looks to this soon. I'll mention it in the short. That's what I'll do. So yeah, so we're going to go. Thank you as always. Self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you will see me soon.